Hey everyone, welcome here for this little video, kind of an update or documentation of the new update I've made for my baking supply add-on that I've just released. So the baking supply add-on is an add-on that I've already released a couple of time ago that help you streamline your workflow while at the baking stage. It allows you to handle naming convention and visibility over suffix of your objects. So for example, to deal quickly to add your high poly or low poly directly within Blender. It allows you also to set up quickly the suffix, change that suffix, or transfer the name. Transfer the name is basically if you have your high poly and you've made a routable with whatever name it is, you can select your high poly, select your routable, and transfer the name. And it will automatically, as the active one is high, give the same name with low. It also works in the other direction if I add low instead of high as active. So that's basically what it does. It also allows you to export either the all the high poly or the low poly of your selection into a file. So it allows you with your baking software afterward to load both the high and low poly and to only, for example, update the low poly, because the high poly can be pretty heavy and sometimes you don't want to wait the reload each time, so you can just iterate through the low poly and just send the low poly update and it will be way quicker. That's why I split them. The export direction will be as the same as your Blender file direction. My bad. It will be as the same as your Blender file, or if you're not good with that, you can provide a different path to make sure you setting up at the direction you wanted. For example, on my project, most of the time I do have a subfolder on Blender export when I put all the export high and export low poly directly within it. So that was for the original add-on, and so for the update I've just made is this feature here that will be quite handy to streamline your workflows through the through integration with marmoset toolbag. So what it does is on your selection it will export high, export low, create open marmoset, create a baking project, and integrate them into the baking project. So afterward, you just have to setting up few stuff and bake. So it allows you to directly have on your routable stuff quickly a bake project setup. So it's quite handy, but I added something even more interesting from my point of view, is that you can push some options, some preferences directly to the baked project. So for example, you can push the texture resolution, you can push the sample count, the file format. I remove the JPEG as it's not lossless, I just keep the lossless one. If you want it to be only one file, that will be a one PSD layered with all the map. The normal map orientation if you want OpenGL or DirectX. Note that if you take DirectX, it might look weird in the preview of Marmoset because it's an OpenGL software, but it might be good. So be sure to flip Y on the material when you showcase the preview with the DirectX normal map. And so you can also push the directory of the baked texture that will be output from the bake project of Marmoset. So you can use the same as the mesh. So for now, as I didn't provide any map, another path here, it will be the same as my Blender file. So here, and so, or I can provide as a more dedicated path to have my baked texture within it. Also, I provide two different presets to allow you to have a good preset over the map. So what does the preset is it toggle some different kind of maps and setting of the map, for example, ambient occlusion, object ID, whatever, and also the settings to have, for example, in the ambient occlusion, the correct ray count, to not have something too desired or whatever. There are also some options that I checked, but you need to recheck them in marmosets. They are not in default because you might use them only on specific case. So you will see it's quite handy. And I create two different presets if it's for an asset or a tileable. As for the tileable, you might use, for example, the 8 map that you will not use for an asset or whatever. So it can be super helpful. And note that if you do have your own map setting up, you can just disable that and it will use the marmoset default map settings that you saved. So it's kind of cool. And also, if you're good with whatever you have here and your low and high poly, you can also set up a direct bake. So when I set up the marmoset file, it will directly bake, and so you will have direct the texture afterward. That can be pretty handy, especially with decimate files or tileable, because like tileable, it's just a plane, so you're sure about there will not be any issue. And for decimate, if you're good with you have enough topology, like there will be no issue. It can be quite handy to in 2 seconds have directly your marmoset file and a bake and your texture to see, for example, if you want to test your normal map based on your vertex normal. In 2 seconds you can test. Like, this is quite handy. So now enough talking, let's try this out. So here I will use the map preset asset. I will use the same path as a mesh, so we should see here and 2K, that's fine, PNG. Let's go, let's try it. So here it exports for Blender, it imports in marmoset, it bake, it preview, bam, done. So it's quite helpful because, like, you see in, I don't know, 5 seconds, I have my project setting, a bake preview, and all my map bake, and the Dagger high, Dagger low. And what's cool is that it's still modular. So if, for example, I still change, I don't know, my low poly, I can just export low, and up, my low is adapted in nearly real time due to the marmoset quick ladder. That is quite handy. So you set up your project, you do first bake, and afterwards you can still modify your low or high poly and re-export it up. I can Ctrl Z and re-export. Bam, still in place. Rebake with the real-time bake also, it's quite helpful. So as you can see, it's quite handy to streamline your workflow and can help a lot and allow you to be even quicker on the baking workflow or iterating with your baking tool. Don't hesitate to let me know if there are any addition you might want. I might do in the future a more specific marmoset add-on to like have really a bridge between Blender and marmoset and setting up everything here and using marmoset more as an engine than the viewport that it is. But we'll see that in the near future, and I hope you will enjoy this little add-ons that might help you save a couple of time. And just as I told you earlier, here you see in the pushed preset, I do have some maps that I can still toggle. So for example, a single ambient occlusion or whatever. So don't hesitate to check it out. I think I'm good to go, and don't hesitate to check the link to have the add-on on Gumroad and to let me know if it's cool or if you want to see other add-on. See you guys, bye bye bye.